for having me here today. I'm just going to say, you can tell he's a Walsh. And as your dad said, what am I going to talk about? Baking cookies now? So, thanks a lot. I am Natalie Manley, and I only say this when Larry Walsh Jr. is in the room. I'm Natalie Manley, and I'm Executive Walsh's favorite state representative. I am a CPA. I worked almost 2 decades, still do this once in a while, at Warmer Rogers, Duran and Ruzon, where I've done many things: governmental accounting, budgeting, tax work at all levels. Warmer Rogers, as most of you know, is a locally owned mid-sized accounting firm. So having been raised in the private sector professionally, it has afforded me many advantages as I take on the role of state representative. First of all, I work for Warmer Rogers, and they are people of very high integrity. They're always committed to doing the best job possible for their clients. Now, they're not the most exciting people. Okay, we're accountants after all. But they're very professional, and their level of professionalism and ethics is without question of high caliber. And I think that's a great springboard for me personally as I take on my role as state representative. Secondly, we accountants, we look at numbers differently. Differently than most people, I guess. Duffy's smiling, he knows what I'm talking about, fellow CPA. We made a living trying to interpret and explain numbers to other people. So as I navigate the murky waters of state finance, I'm trained to look at things through a little different lens. Now, I do a lot of frowning, and I'm sure when my career in state government's over, there's going to be a lot of pictures of me doing like faces like this, like I've had like some kind of sour candy in my mouth or something. But I find myself doing that a lot. Interesting fact about the legislature, one of the things I learned, is there are very few financial people in the General Assembly. I'm one of a handful of people that bring this very specific and valuable skill set to the table. Now, there are many people there with wonderful skills, and they're all glaring at me right now, okay? These are wonderful people with wonderful talents and perspective that we all need. And incidentally, we all don't agree on everything. We spend a lot of time arguing, and we are all with the same party. So, it's an honor to serve with them, and like I said, they bring their own talents and really valuable skills as well. But I was astounded that there weren't more financial people in either chamber. And I think it stands out to me, and I really think it shows. My background and perspective as a CPA has been useful in other ways as well. There's a lot of things that are presented to us that have a financial component to them. So when things don't make a logical, fundamental accounting sense, I'm able to ask questions. And it's not that the other people don't want to ask those questions, they don't know what questions to pose. So I think that's been really an advantage for me. So briefly, my legislative efforts in 2013, and I'm going to look and let you know a little bit about what's happening in 2014. My legislative agenda has been and will continue to be fiscal responsibility, prioritizing the budget, public safety, and being always accessible to my constituents. My office does an enormous amount of outreach to the constituents, businesses, and the local chambers, working through the chambers with the business in the 98th House District. 2013, what a great year. Sometimes we ask ourselves, what in the world did we get ourselves into? The top of the chart was this: we were faced with staggering debt, billions of unpaid bills, and a plummeting bond rating, coupled with a pension system that was clearly unsustainable. I voted for pension reform. The bill was submitted to the House from a bipartisan, bicameral committee of legislators. This reform will improve our fiscal stability and give businesses more certainty and confidence in Illinois as we work to attract them to Illinois, and we strive to create all those jobs that we know we need. I introduced other legislation that began as conversations right here in the district, led to safer roadways, making the 911 system more efficient, and I helped work on the budget, and reviewed not only how it affects state agencies, but also program funding, and we did that line by line. At the end of 2013, with the help of my esteemed colleague, Senator Bertino-Tarrant, and several other colleagues, we passed Senate Bill 1219, which was signed into law this month by the governor. This bill cleaned up language in an existing law that could have potentially disrupted the I-55 and Weber Road interchange project that my district and the greater Will County area needs. The congested interchange at Weber and 55 is not only a quality of life issue for the residents, but it also impacts existing business and future business. Thanks to the work and dedication of the mayors in all those areas, we were able to push this legislation through during veto session, and the project is now closer to becoming reality than ever before. This year I have several legislative initiatives that I'm working on with the Will County State's Attorney Jim Glasgow. I'm working with the Illinois CPA Society on an initiative that changes the accounting treatment for net operating losses for businesses, and several other public safety related bills. I'm going to just say a couple of things because I don't want to repeat, but I think it's important that you know we're all Democrats, but we all have different views on things, and I think part of our views come from our life experience and our perspectives. So when we talk about progressive tax, I'm not going to tell you that I'm for it or against it until I see actual legislation. The last thing we need in my district is more tax burden on middle-class families. So I'm waiting to see the actual legislation. And when you talk about minimum wage, to me, I'd rather see good-paying jobs out there. I want to create good-paying jobs that people can go to work, support their families on, and have benefits. So I think that's where my thoughts are, and I want to strive toward those goals. Bipartisan interaction has been something I put a lot of effort into. Building relationships within my own party and also across the aisle has been something that I truly believe is the key to getting us all back on track here. It'll take a lot of effort in all the levels of government to participate in that effort. There's plenty of blame to go around for the weak financial condition of the state, but I'm not interested in pointing fingers or playing that blame game. I was elected to serve the people of the 98th District, which includes the interests of families, schools, and the business community. I function in Springfield as the arm of the people of the 98th District, and I remain firm in my resolve, committed toward working for financial stability. It's what affects all of us. This has been an uphill climb, as you might imagine. None of us, especially the new people, there was 35 of us in the class of the 98th Assembly. None of us thought it was going to be easy. And I will tell you, we all know we're not responsible for 40 years of mismanagement of the state's finances, but we are responsible for what we do going forward. And I keep that in my mind, in the forefront of my mind all the time. Couple little things just in closing. In my travels, and this is a testament to you and Russ and Mary, that it seems like there's a really strong correlation between successful business and a vibrant chamber. We have that here. And so thank you for supporting the businesses and helping us all be successful. And lastly, I just want to thank you for letting me be here. I was supposed to speak at this, I think last year I had the flu. So I'm glad I don't have the flu, and it was my delight to be here, and I'm always available. Call me anytime. Thank you.